Today, we're going to look at the mentalism and the mental magic of Ted Lesley. Uh, it's really, really great stuff. I think he's definitely one of the shining stars of that kind of magic. And and there is some mind reading stuff that's in here too. That's why I say mentalism. Uh, so it's a good grab bag. I think it's a really good example of the kind of stuff that you would experience seeing Ted Lesley do magic. And also, if you study his work, these are some of the shining stars of his work as well, I would say. So yeah, let's jump into it.
Absolutely.
All right, this first piece is queued up and ready to go. Let me just click the buttons. All right, make sure you let me know you can hear it and see it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, please. Okay. So.
Please and thank you.
And can you see anything at all?
Not yet.
It definitely is registering that it's working. There it is.
Now there's the screen. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let us do something really outstanding. First of all, mix the cards again. Okay, put them down here. Cut them. Complete the card. Will you stay with that card, or will you want to cut the deck again?
I want to cut the deck again.
Complete the card, please.
There, I'll stay with that card.
Yeah. Sign the card on the back. Notice that I never...
Unmute yourself, Adam.
Okay, you think it's dry enough?
Yes, it's right. So now you shuffle the cards face up. Nobody wants to see the backsides.
Can you hear it loud, or is it really soft?
It's like when you went to full screen, I think it switched to your microphone rather than the line.
Okay, hang on. Let me just fix that. Okay, I wanna make this right. Sorry, guys. I got a new computer, so we just had a little bit of malfunction there.
That's the power of new tech.
All right, tell me if this works.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you can clearly hear that's louder.
As much as you like. And now make 4 packages starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And spread them out that each and every card is visible. A little bit wider, perhaps.
Dude, he's rocking the giant pips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell this spectator is not a magician by the way he did all that.
Okay?
Yeah.
You don't know what happens.
That's a knife.
That's a nice.
So, take my wrist, and we start over here. Start again. Here I feel a resistance in some mysterious way. When this card, the card is with your signature on, would you give me an ovation for that?
Yes.
Just a moment. Just a moment.
It's a pretty big ovation from those L&L people.
Those folks were convinced.
They love magic up there. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so here's a question. Adam has been our house skeptic, passing the role of house skeptic here for the last couple rounds. Gracie, what say you? Magic, not magic.
I mean, it's to me that the knife, the knife is icing on the cake. I mean, obviously the knife is just the way to make it presentationally way more interesting. But this is a really old idea, right? This is not anything that's like new. This is 100 years old, right?
I think of Bellini when I think of the table turning. Right?
Yeah.
That's like the big climax. Now we saw a different kind of card stab a couple times ago where you wrap a deck in napkin or newspaper and you slip the knife in and it's right above. And then when I see this, I think this is like the Bellini card stab, right?
And traditionally, when you see a guy like the Mellini routine, where you see someone doing that routine that Mellini did, it would be the other way. All the cards are face down, the performer's blindfolded, the knife is scattering around the cards, and then finally plunges in. All the face down cards are tilted off, they fall to the floor. The knife comes up, you have the face down card, you tilt it up, and there's the signed card. So Ted Lesley took it the other way in that it's a mentalism effect, right? In that they sign the back, no one sees what the card is until the moment of the revelation, which is a pretty big twist on that plot, I think. And pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's Steve, would you say does that fit with your style?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is an example of a card trick that you could play as a stand-up routine.
Agreed.
You know, very easily. Because it's not a typical pick, you know, it has a big display at the end. I could see playing that, flipping the table, playing that just right and getting a big reaction from it. I think this is a great trick. I mean, it's just
the card stab in and of itself is a great trick. You know, I've seen guys close their show with the card stab.
Yeah. I saw Sheets close with it.
He closes with it every time.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you now, to be nitpicky, why I wouldn't use it. Right? Why I wouldn't use it is because all the cards go everywhere and leave a huge mess. Right? So you can't just exit. You know, so as a word, it'd be okay.
They do, right? They do. They just leave them all. They leave the table. They walk off, and that's it. But the reality is like,
you know, can work around it.
Well, I've hung out with Sheets when he's working theaters when he's doing that, and he does that. It's a big. There's confetti all over the stage. There's cards everywhere. He walks out and he's, you know, taking pictures and kissing babies, right? Everyone leaves the theater. He packs up his stuff. He picks up a deck of cards, and it's over.
A lot of times, I find myself, you know, I have to strike and then something happens after.
Well, that would be a good reason to not want to do that.
So I can't.
Then you're leaving a mess.
Yeah, you can't leave a big mess.
You know, I remember seeing.
But you can figure it out. You can figure it out.
I remember seeing Kozak in Vegas with Aaron. We went and saw World's Greatest Magic, and Kozak was like the MC of the show, and he did the salt pour. And I always thought the same thing about the salt pour, the same way you think about the card stab, you know? Like you're leaving salt all over the place. And he had a very simple solution. He had a black tarp that was stretched out on the stage and it looked like the floor. And when he was done, two guys came out and folded that thing up like a bed sheet, and it was like it never happened.
Interesting how magicians, we just take it for granted that we're going to make a huge mess and leave. You know, I mean, it's just like, do you ever go to a magic convention? I mean, it's like every act comes out, it's confetti, it's streamers, it's this, it's that, it's cards, it's, you know.
I thought you meant as a house guest.
As a house guest, especially. I mean, especially.
Well, I have stories.
I do too.
You know,
friends are all laughing.
You know, most of the guys watching this maybe have never even heard of Ted Lesley. And I first was introduced to him in when I was a very young man, because he had put out a deck marking system, I think in the 80s, like 83 or 84, I think, when I can't remember exactly, but it was basically this beautiful old school deck. Do you have it right there, Steve?
This is
Oh, you got the Paramiracles book. Yeah.
Paramiracles.
Yeah, that's all the work. Like a lot of the stuff that we're seeing today is totally right from that book.
Yeah.
And there's one that he's really famous for that I think it's the last one we'll see today.
Is it the last one?
Yeah. It's really, I think it's really a knockout. It's so good. I'll stop talking.
I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited to see it. I saw it on the list. I loved reading that book. Incidentally, there's some of these mentalism books, Barry Richardson's book, the Cassidy book, this book. Really, you read it and you just dream of the magic inside it. This book is like that, you know. And there's an awful lot of principles in that book, pretty common mentalist old principles, which if you hadn't read them before, it really blows your mind.
Totally.
Wonderful stuff, really usable stuff, you know?
He's got a spoon bend routine in that book that's so different from any other spoon bend thing you've ever seen, and it uses like a dime store gag to make like part of the method happen, and it's like so offbeat and like genius level thinking. I love Ted Leslie's thinking on a lot of stuff. He's really a smart dude. Let's do the next one.
Yeah, let's do the next one.
Let me see what it's called. Oh, wow. I have a feeling I'm going to learn about advertising.
Okay, hang on. Let me figure out how to do this.
Don't you love magic names, y'all? Once we see the trick,
you're gonna really love this one. This one's a heavy hitter right here.
All right, let me know if I goofed up or if it works again.
Hitter, like Jerry Lee Lewis's old name. No, killer.
It seems quiet, Adam. It seems quiet.
Same issue as before.
Yeah, there's no audio.
Yeah, the audio's out.
All right, guys.
Although sometimes it's fun to watch without audio and just, you know, sort of imagine.
Imagine what they're saying.
I watched debates with no audio. It was great.
You know, by the way, it's a really good thing to do is to watch your act with no audio.
A little bit nearer.
Oh, I am.
It's a really good thing to do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
I draw your attention to that
What about now?
It's fine. Yeah.
champion bucket, what's standing over there. Watch it, please. That's very important. That I don't come near. I want that you think of something. And you should think on a playing card. Anyone out of a 52 cards deck. And I want that you do that when I snap my finger, okay? Now, you have one in mind?
Yes.
Okay. You don't thought of the ace of spades, no?
No.
Okay, because that's the one 90% of the people take, and that you know perhaps. I don't touch a champion bucket. Tell the audience the first time that they can follow the experiment which card you had in mind.
10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds. I ask you now 3 times. Will you stay at the 10 of diamonds or you want to change your mind?
I'll stay.
Will you stand at the 10 of diamonds or will you change?
I will take that.
Okay. I ask you again. Will you stay with the 10 of diamonds or you want to have another one?
I'll stay with the 10 of diamonds.
He's not sure. He is not sure. In that champion bucket, what I never touched, is a red purse. May I ask you to take that out? A red purse.
What's your color?
That, open up the, and there you will find a deck of cards with a rubber band around it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, take the rubber band off. And do me a favor. Count the cards singly on the table. One
Face up.
face up. And when you come to your 10 of diamonds, stop and show it to the people. Okay? Just a moment. Stop it. Put it back. Count loud, please.
Count
from
loud?
the yes, from the beginning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51.
I asked you 3 times. And as I saw the young man coming into this theater here, I thought to myself, that must be a 10 of diamonds man. Took a deck out of my suitcase, shuffled it, and took 1 card out. And madam, 1 card only, and put it in this pocket. Will you kindly reach inside they will find one playing card and one playing card only, which is, ladies and gentlemen, the 10 of diamonds. Thank you. More.
That was pretty great, huh? That's pretty magical, right?
That's a pretty strong trick to me. Yeah.
Totally.
You're muted, Adam.
Wow. Wow, that was way better than the first one.
Yeah.
Man, did I miss something? I'm kind of baffled. I don't know how he did that, but I might have. Did I miss something in the beginning? No?
I don't think so.
I think I have a idea.
Well, okay.
Did the counting and resetting the cards have anything to do with it?
No, that seemed
I
to
don't,
be
I
all
don't think
smoke.
it actually did.
No, that was smoke.
Actually, it didn't. You know.
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with the real method.
Oh, that's really wild. Usually I'm really good at figuring these out, but that
Mhm.
one I can't. I'm not seeing something.
You have an analytical.
We'll talk about it later, man. I'll fill you in on it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It was really good though.
What was that called?
Premonition.
Premonition. Now, premonition, is that on account of it's a professional routine?
I guess that it's a premonition. I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely a play on words in some way. I'm not sure what his intention was.
Well, I remember that trick, premonition. I thought that was wonderful. There was a couple different pieces going on.
After show, after show.
That's really wonderful.
Totally after show. All right. Yeah. In the after show, you'll tell me how it was done. Yeah. I thought about that too, Mystic, but you know, there's 52 cards. So, I mean,
That'd be a lot of outs.
Yeah.
I don't mind saying
He didn't do any qualifying in the beginning.
it doesn't narrow it down much.
No.
But fair enough. The multiple outs agreed. That's the kind of thing Penn and Teller would totally take credit for nailing by saying, multiple outs. Ah, you got me. It's a magic trick. That's you got me. I do something based on what you do. It's totally true.
Isn't that weird how Penn and Teller are like, we'll tell you if we know how it's done in a moment. Yeah, hey, Johnny Thompson. Yeah, did we know how that's done? We do? Okay, great. Yeah, we know how that's done.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. That was good. I think what happened was a lot of people got magic real hard, said multiple outs, which is a pretty standard thing to say. That's the out you go to when you don't know what the outs are. Right? So, you know, great. Agreed. Next trick. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That was some seriously strong magic.
It was great.
I wonder if the same thing's going to happen. Let me know.
Oh, you might get hurt on this one too.
You know what teleportation is?
Do you have the book?
Teleportation is to bring that stool from there to outside without touching it, only with your mind. Unfortunately,
We good?
such heavy objects I cannot do.
We're good.
So I show you something else. First of all, I introduce this envelope. Nobody in, right? Take it in your own hands and close it. It's a self-seal. And I come to you. Say stop. There you want.
Stop.
There. Which page did you found?
158.
Take the book between your hands like this.
Okay.
And hold it up. And you hold the envelope up. Ooh. That is serious. Okay, it's done. Open your book on page 158.
Okay.
Look at the page. Something is wrong with it.
Yep, there's a corner missing.
And if that would be in that empty envelope, open it at the designated area, like this. Yes.
Oh my god.
That's the page you turned to?
Yes. Oh man.
fits. This corner exactly. Then you saw another miracle. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you.
Talk about getting a lot of bang for your buck right there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that wasn't like an extremely difficult trick by any means, but boy, does it play huge, right?
Teleportation, man. It's good. It's good. As far as she was concerned, that book was intact. It's pretty good. I love that idea. Whose idea is that? The Pegasus page, right? Like
Yeah, the Pegasus page, but that's a whole page, right?
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the whole page with that.
Mm-hmm. But there's just that idea of something being gone from a book that they're holding in their hands. I think that's a really wonderful idea. You know who invented that?
Yeah.
No.
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It's been a long year.
Fair enough.
I used to know, for sure.
Yes, it is.
Everything old is new again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a good one though. I love that.
I used to know stuff too.
Walter Gibson. Nice.
Walter, there he is. Newell for the save. Thank you. That's why we love Newell. Having Newell around, he's just a walking encyclopedia.
It's good to have magicians that know stuff.
I love it because, like, you need that friend where when you invent, like, you come up with a new move, or you come up with something, and you're like, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is fresh. Pretty sure this has never been done before. And then you take it to somebody who's just a little bit wiser than you, that's been in a little bit longer, and they say, yeah, no, that's Devant. Sorry.
Totally in Greater Magic, dude.
Yeah. Michael Sproul says, like last night. Oh, like last night. Did that happen last night? That's funny.
I always feel good when that happens because it means that great minds are thinking alike. It means you're on the right track. If someone came up with it, thought to do it on the master thought to do it, you can always be like, hey, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you're standing in the same footprints of other folks that were geniuses. I mean, that's not a bad way to go about your life.
At least you're reinventing good stuff.
That's right.
I remember when when I came up with this, I was like, that's going to be the Spanish drop. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Come to find out. It
Right.
Wasn't it the Amazing Grace drop? Wasn't that what it was?
Right.
I think it was the Amazing Grace drop. I
I
like
that
that.
was
That's
a
the
good
one
trick.
I do.
That was a good trick, guys. Good
Pretty
trick.
great. And I think a lot of Paramiracles seekers are being born at this moment. Now, I'm very excited about the last one. I've been waiting to see this one ever since. I haven't seen this in years, if ever. I've seen it in my mind's eye because I read it. And I was like, no.
There's two more. You got one more. One more.
Oh.
But you mean the next one? Oh yeah, right.
I meant the penultimate. I mean the last one, but I might see this one too. It's good. You know what's interesting about all this stuff is real direct.
Mm-hmm.
These are all short, to the point, and sometimes mentalism can go on a bit, but this is really he's getting right to it.
I have an answer for you. He was an accountant. He was a tax professional before a magician. He has a very analytical mind. Ted Lesley does. He likes to get right to it. He doesn't hem and haw around a lot. I'm with you. I don't really enjoy mentalism where the performer takes themselves too serious, because there's most of the time, I mean, unless you're dealing with certain kinds of audiences, most of the time the audience knows that they're at a magic show or a mentalism show. They know there's tricks. They know there's trickery involved. And for you as the mentalist to take it so serious that, I do not use tricks. This is real. Like that strains credulity. Is that the word? Yes.
Yeah.
So for the most part, like I like Ted's approach to it, which is very, he's just very like, I guess he's not taking it too serious. There's a lot of comedy in there, and he's, letting it be fun.
Well, he is a performer,
That's right. And the other, his main act is really, it's got a lot more comedy in it. I think he's happy to go jovial and be in the moment, and let it sort of poke at mind reading, and let it be something that people are laughing at as much as they're being amazed by. He's what Aaron said. He's a performer. He knows how to get the people with him.
This book is 94, which I'm pretty surprised at.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought it was not. I didn't think it was that old.
Did he have, was he full on Parkinson's? Because I know I know he had Parkinson's disease or he died from it or something, but I think it was maybe later than that. Let's check this out. This is the tossed out deck, and this is the one. I don't know if this is the one you were talking about that you're loving so much. Is it?
The one after. The one after.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited to see both of them, but in particular,
Yeah, let's check it
I
out.
love me some tossed out deck.
yeah.
Oh, I start right away with a little bit of mind reading. It's very simple. You will see why. And mind reading with a deck of cards. You have seen that I never touch the cards after I give it to a spectator. I start with you. Will you kindly do me a big favor? Look up any card and remember its name, okay?
Okay.
You have to pull only back to see a card. Take any one you like.
You want me to take it out?
No. Leave it in. No.
I got
You
it.
have have one in mind? Beautiful. Leave it there and give it to the man behind you. And you stay up, please. I thank you, sir.
This guy.
You have a card in mind as well, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Then give it to the young man over there. And you stay up as well. If you have one, tell. You have one? Firmly in your mind. And you too? You stand up. To the lady, maybe for a change. You have a card in mind? Stand up, please. And the young boy here in front of us.
Man, he's going all
Put the
out.
cards into my pocket, please. Thank you.
So my
Six spectators. I try to find out your thoughts, hopefully. Look into my eyes. Yes. There I have a little bit.
Scary.
This is gonna mess you up if you've never seen this before.
Yes. Oh, that's hard.
Get ready. You're gonna
The
get
most difficult is the lady.
you're gonna get fried.
I hope I got the cards right. I will read them off now, very fast. When you hear your card, sit down, please, immediately, okay? Ace of clubs, 6 of hearts, 2 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, 5 of spades, and queen of diamonds.
Right? Right? Dude, when
That's awesome.
when I was, so Aaron, when I was a kid, when I was about probably 10 or 11 years old, I saw a magician who came through my city do this trick. And I was one of the people that got to choose a card in the audience. And I probably spent, I don't know, the next 2 to 3 years of my life trying to figure out the method to this one. It was a lot harder. We didn't have YouTube back then, or we didn't have the internet. So the thing is that I wanted this so bad, this method. I could not figure it out. I replayed it in my head. What I figured out later on, though, was that the way I had remembered it was not the way it went down at all. The way I thought it went down was that I got the deck of cards and I got to go through and I got to look and pick out whichever one I want. I mean, there was a lot of little details that got buried in my mind, but I had to search for this one forever.
You know, I tell you right now, this has been number 4 in my act for 10 years, right? When the spot used to be invisible deck, I do like a similar thing with just one card, and then I popped in with this. And I mean, this is the one that I think turns the tide. Okay, so it's like you're pretty good up to then you do this, and those people sit down, and the room is convinced. You can literally do anything after this. You know,
It's got a lot of impact.
it's so strong. I mean, I've literally seen jaws drop. You know,
Well, I think what Adam just said is a testament to that. You already knew some magic. You were a young man, and you went on a quest to try to find out how, because it had roasted your mind so bad. I think that's how everyone is when they see this thing. I remember the first time I saw it, It killed me. I was like, how could that possibly be?
Kills.
And when you find out the method, you go, oh, wow, what a beautiful construction and beautiful piece of magic. It's
It
really,
really is.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
And I particularly liked his construction too, because the way I've seen a lot of people do that effect is not to stare into the eyes, not to write it down, not any of that. They just simply stand on stage and then they say, okay, I'm going to say the card now, blah, 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 blah. But the way he did that made it seem like he was really reading each of those minds.
Strengthens everything. Agreed.
Yeah.
So cool.
Maybe if I ever do it again, I'll try that.
Not a good Zoom trick. Just
Not a good Zoom.
Yeah.
Not a good Zoom trick. Right.
Not even a Zoom trick at all.
I did the tossed out deck on Zoom, and that's why I had to get a new computer.
Yeah, I broke
Right,
my
you
monitor.
broke it. You were supposed to catch that.
What happens when you drink alone?
Oh, you know what? You know what I'm finding? Because I'm watching chat right now, and our Conjure community, we have some people who don't know the method on this. Very interesting, because it reminds me of myself. Like when I was starting out in magic, I didn't know. It's crazy. We should do an event on this. We should talk about
work
this.
on it.
Yeah, we should.
Work on it.
That's not hard. That's one trick up here that at least 2 or 3 of us have done a bunch.
I'd love to build the thing and do Ted's method. I think Ted's is different enough that it's worth talking about. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Maybe we should. Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's reconvene on this later.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So
to be kind of way, you know.
So Aaron, are you ready for the one that you were?
I am so ready. I am so ready.
This is sort
I
of a
remember when
mythological thing, right?
I remember when I looked at this is one of the things, like when I bought the book, I was like looking at the effect in the front somewhere. And then I got to the effect ended. I was like, oh, I was really young. Oh, but now I get to see it. Let's watch it.
It's pretty satisfying, man. It's pretty
It's wonderful. No, I mean, it's wonderful. It was that feeling of being 15, you know what I mean? And multiple outs, I thought it was really happening.
Wait a minute, there's a method?
Right. I hate it when magic's not real. I'm here to learn the secrets.
That stops. Yes, I try something very, I would say, mysterious. I was in a haunted house many years ago, and there I found something, a ghost, and he gave me some power, and I show you which kind of power that is. Will you kindly hold that for me a moment? You hold the glass, madam, at the stem. Okay. You hold it there, and we pour some wine in it.
Vino.
No problem.
White wine.
Yes.
He said white wine.
It looks like
Duh.
Looks like vodka.
Sparkling seltzer.
And I have only one question. You have here a pile of books with mysterious titles, and I hope that what we want to do works at the end of my show today. So help me to concentrate a little bit on the glasses you have in your hand. Okay? I hope it works.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have a glass. It's still bending.
Oh
it's
my
still.
gosh, it is bending in my hand.
Look at yours. I don't know if that has worked as well. Yours has bent.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
bent.
That is the haunted house and the mysterious powers.
Wow.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Pretty righteous Zoom trick.
Pretty righteous Zoom trick.
You're absolutely right about that. That's a perfect Zoom trick, actually.
That's the reason to buy that book, is to learn how to do that trick. Because even in the explanations of this, it says well, you better get my book and read the thing, otherwise, you know, it's not going to make any sense. It's
Oh,
basically it's on that video so that they could show that it really did what the book says that it did.
It really does. I've never seen that before. I read it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it really does. That's
Richie,
good.
Pretty
Richie,
wonderful.
This is a perfect trick for you, Richie. Perfect trick working behind the bar. Man, yeah. Wow.